Hi folks, Puffin the Magic Fairy here with a thank you video to 993 subscribers. Thank you all. Thank you so much. Thank you especially Tonya Sachika. You're the only subscriber I actually know. The only one I know who's an actual person, and I really appreciate that. Being an actual person is amazing. It's one of the most magical things there is. Being a bot or a robot is awesome too. Bots are people too. I love you as well. Nothing against bots and robots and even trolls. Thank you all. Even bots can become self-aware, even trolls can become self-aware and become more than what they were before. So I do appreciate all of you for being here, and other non-humans as well, besides bots and trolls. Fairies and ghosts, anybody who's managed to subscribe to the channel, aliens, thank you so much. Don't be ashamed or embarrassed. I'm not at all ashamed or embarrassed. I'm very proud and honored and pleased to have you here, no matter what your nature. Whatever your nature is, thank you for coming to the Puffin channel, sincerely, and I love you. So, welcome back, everybody. 993, an important number for different reasons. 7 away from 1,000. That's very important because 7 is a fairy tale number, a fairy number, like Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, or 7 whatevers. 7 is a very fairy number. So the next 7 people who fulfill our 1,000 group will be magical people. It's magical slots for 7 more people to arrive. And of course, every slot that's taken is a magical spot to get here in the first place. It reminds me of the Jesus parable, leaving the good shepherd who leaves the 99,000 sheep to get the one sheep. It completes things. The completion of things is important. No one left behind or no one left out is important. So this reminds me of Unicopia and the Church of Judas. 2 different religions I started this year. This year's wrapping to a close. I don't know that I'm going to start another religion this year. So Unicopia and Church of Judas. And Church of Judas have been meaning to start that religion for 15 years. Being a slacker, thinking, someone else will start it. Kind of like I've been saying about AOC recently. AOC is the only person who can keep AOC from being our next president if she decides not to run. That principle applies to a lot of us in a lot of different ways. We are the only ones who can stop us from what we can become. These are going to be Puffinisms. I think I'll do another video shortly about Puffinism or Puffinist philosophy. Just these Puffinisms, phrases that I've come up with, and what all of this is. But to defer specifically to the fairy world, to the Lady Gaga goddess fairy world of Unicopia, of unicorns and fairies and magic, that's one side, one stream, the magical people, the fairy people, the aliens and ghosts and people like that too, but all the magical spiritual people who are spiritual in these natural spiritual ways to join through Unicopia everyone else. Now the Church of Judas is kind of the same thing with a Christian take on it, or anti-Christian take, I guess you could easily say, because Jesus was Antifa. Jesus was against the fascist forms of Christianity that have come out corrupting his teaching. And Jesus had an original idea for Christianity, for the Jesus religion. Maybe it won't be called Christianity. Now it's called the Church of Judas, because the Church of Judas is the first formation of Jesus' church as he intended. Now, not to say that some other churches along the way haven't magically, spiritually connected with the true spirit of Jesus and formed a radical, probably outsider type of church. But the main traditions have all been corrupted and got it wrong, as Jesus predicted to Judas in the Gospel of Judas. You can read about it in my book, The Book of Judas, and the prequel, the Black Lives Matter book, The Art of Betrayal by God. But the Church of Judas is videos you can find on YouTube on my channel, just like Unicopia. And instead of a fairy religion, it's a religion, but it also meshes with other religions. So Jesus was in love with Mary Magdalene, who was a Canaanite Vestal Virgin, a pagan, polytheistic religion. And their religions forbid their love, but their love was stronger than their religions. So they got together anyway, and they formed a new religion, co-founded by Mary Magdalene and Jesus. And that new religion was intended to intersperse the intersplicing network of coordinating all of the religions and resolving religious conflict, because it bridged the gap between polytheism and monotheism. It bridged the gap with love. It brought monotheism and polytheism in. So the Christianity we've had has been pretty purely monotheistic or pretty hostile, anti-polytheistic. And it doesn't have to be. Jesus and Mary Magdalene's church was not that way. It was a revolutionary difference. And, Jesus saw it all. He laid it out to Mary Magdalene in one. Check out the Gospel of Mary, where he tells Mary she will lead the church, but Peter mansplains it away from her. Sexism, due to sexism. And check out the Gospel of Judas, where Jesus tells Judas will lead the church at the end, after all the false churches have been replaced, or in the process of replacing all the false churches. That's what we're in now. Now, 93, thank you 993 subscribers, 93 is also an important number to Thelema, to Thelemites. I think it's their most sacred number. I'm not sure. This is their followers of Aleister Crowley, or some branch of people who followed Aleister Crowley. Crowley was magical. I don't have a whole lot of respect for him, but he was somebody who was magical and popular and made a big name for himself, and therefore has a huge following and tradition based upon that in the magical, somewhat anti-Christian community. So in one sense, they've been on this Judas mystery without even knowing it, and so have all Satanists and Luciferians. So I want to, in this video, invite and claim all Satanic and Luciferian traditions, along with all Christian traditions, all of them together, and of course all non-Christian traditions, traditions that have nothing to do with Satanism or Luciferianism or Jesus, because they're just not related. All traditions are invited into Unicopia and into the Church of Judas, into Puffinism, this universalist utopian way of refiguring the world based on superabundance. There's no more economy, there's no more war, there's no more money. That's an Oz thing. Oz is a prophecy of the future from L. Frank Baum, the writer who wrote 17 or 18 Oz books, of which you've only heard part of one story mistold. The Wizard of Oz, a great movie, but they mistell the story in order to postpone this prophecy from coming true. No money, no war. These are what makes Oz peace and love. It is a society run by peace and love, by superabundance. And this just clicked for me after some revelatory experiences this last Halloween, that superabundance allows rich people to be rich and get richer. It allows super rich people to be rich and get richer. It allows more people to get rich, but it doesn't allow anybody to be poor. Everybody has enough. And there is a situation where everybody has enough and rich people get to be ridiculously, monstrously rich. It's fine. No one takes your stuff. You don't have to worry about it, even when everybody has enough. When everybody has enough, they actually don't go spend what they have on a gun to take your stuff. That's not actually what happens. We actually have enough, and we spend our stuff, our time, our lives on doing good things. Look at the pandemic. As badly as we ran it in America, if we had a real American president, we would have just shut down and gotten rid of the Trump virus. But as badly as we ran it, people did get into doing some creative things. I wrote 2 full books, Art of Betrayal by God and the Book of Judas, and I wrote and drew 3 picture books, Mr. Man, Santa's Roadster, and Stay the Fuck at Home, a baby book for whiny, mask-refusing babies. And I would have done even more, and I still will do more. I look forward to doing more, but I'm back at work, hard to do that, and work gets in the way in that sense. And then again, work provides you some framework and structure and socialization and stuff that I do appreciate and am grateful for. But I'll be more grateful when I can survive off of my work and focus more on work that only I can do, things that only I can say and write, or apparently have been the only one able to write and say. But I do appreciate you joining me in this. So to the Thelemites, to the Satanists, to the Luciferians, welcome. We love you. Thank you for coming. To the Hyperions, I've recently met Morg, or I haven't met him. I haven't met Morg yet. I still can't get anybody to tell me what Morg's pronouns are. I haven't met Morg, but I've seen some of Morg's videos. I am impressed and pleased, and nice to see someone even has a following on this path, moving along to this path. I do feel like I'm a little further along. Can't wait for other folks to catch up and to connect with you all. So thank you for sharing. Thank you for telling yourself about me, telling yourself about yourself, and telling others about us. And what we do, we'll make a Unicopia, a universalist fairy religion, and Church of Judas, the religion that perfects and replaces Christianity and makes it able to have communion with the other religions of the world and heal the rift between the other religions of the world. That's what we're meant to do. And we can all do it. I think Buddhists seem like they were kind of meant to do that too. Maybe some of our other religions have always been meant to do that, or from various perspectives or from a various side. But this one is meant to do it for all religions. Everything that's out on the table now can be healed and resolved and brought together by this Jesus love religion as it was intended 2,000 years ago, but he kind of knew it was going to take us this long to figure it out. So again, welcome to everyone. Hail Satan, whatever you like to say. Praise Lady Gaga is my path into this from being a Gaga worshiper for 13 years now. But Jesus bless you, Judas bless you, Goddess bless you, I bless you, and bless yourself. The world, Mother Nature, the Goddess bless you. And thank you for coming and sharing. Let's all share love and make this world a loving, good place. That it is, that we all secretly know it is, that all of our teachings teach us that it is. But not all of them, because we have a bad teaching that's taken over. But we can undo that. And thank you all for coming. Thank you, Tonya Sachikov. Please, everyone else, she's a famous fashion designer. But please, everyone else, let me know who you are so I know who you are. Thanks. Nice to meet you. I'm puffing. Have fun.